Most miserable shops I've ever been in. But yeah, I've said before, they're kind of in their flop era. What a strange street. There was one there as well, the scaffolding. What on earth is happening in London, and why is no one talking about this? Guys, I'm here on New Bond Street, which is, and still kind of is, I guess, one of the most luxurious, most expensive shopping streets in all of Europe. And even rent apparently is now the most expensive in Europe per square footage if you are a retailer. But where has it all gone wrong? I kind of go down here every so often, I don't know, to cut through from Green Park, and something has caught my eye. A lot of places have gone down the pan, they've closed, and there's also some very questionable, dodgy stores that I feel like people should be looking into. And logistically, we are just off of Oxford Street, one of the most famous shopping streets in the world, just outside of Zara. We're not going to go in the Zara sale, not today. Going to try and resist. For over 150, nearly 200 years, this has been literally one of the finest places for high-class, upper-class aristocrats to come shopping. But yeah, loads of places have gone bust, and it's just really weird. Gucci, Prada, and everything in between. We have fancy auction houses, and even some galleries as well. This Everything Must Go lease ending sign has been here, I would say, on the best part of a year. So is the lease ending? I don't know. This store is a skincare brand, and if you live in London, you'll recognize this place because they have a little bit aggressive as you walk past, and some very strange reviews on Google about the product that you buy isn't the brand it says on the window, and it's all a bit of a scam apparently. But why are these things not being investigated? I don't know. Or maybe people just didn't like the product, who knows. They do have really good Christmas lights down here. You may recognize this street from my Christmas vlogs, but yeah, this store is now closed. And Fontaine, don't know the brand, but yeah, that's gone for whatever reason. It's very strange indeed. And along here on the left, actually on the right, quite often there are brands that they say are coming and then it just never happens. It's really weird. And I think as a local, I'm starting to notice these things now. Look at that little DHL thing. But yeah, like I say, we are a stone's throw from Oxford Street, and Oxford Street's had a tough time, I would say, over the last few years. It's got a little bit better, I would say, with the closure of some of the candy stores. Have a Google. But yeah, already we're kind of in two of the units. I mean, will Rimowa happen? I'm not sure. Probably will. We've got 2-3 units already up for grabs. Is the rent too high? I don't know. When I Google it, it looks like after, I mean, obviously Google's right. Who knows? Answers in the comments if you do know this. But over the last like 3-4 years, this area has gone, yeah, New Bond Street up to Old Bond Street, which we'll head up to, has gone up. It was the 4th most expensive, now all the way through to the most expensive in Europe. So I don't know. And already another premium retail opportunity to let at 98 New Bond Street. However, some of these stores have been here for a very long time, which is nice to see. On the left-hand side, we have Bang & Olufsen. I feel like that got a refurb a while ago, but that's kind of like the newer architecture for the street and for Mayfair, the area, the borough that we're in. You also have the Eden Gallery. Like I said, lots of very fancy galleries along here. You also have Sotheby's, famous auction house, which we'll come on to. Yep, another couple of meters and we have 2 more units that are, well, up for grabs, new opportunities. What is going on? Is it that the brands are just not relevant and they've gone down the pan? But this is very strange for the luxury end of things, I must say. Like with any retail industry, like brands come and go, don't they? But it's just really strange along here. And it's kind of a tale of 2 halves on the street. You've got a very successful end that we'll come to, and this top end, the north end, very strange indeed. On the corner here, I think this used to be a Russell and Bromley, then it was a pop-up, and then it was like an art thing going on. Not sure what's going on there, but and you just have these going through the traffic lights. Watch yourself, guys, if you are coming to London. These rickshaws, they are dangerous. They will overcharge you. Go at your risk. On the corner of New Bond Street and Brook Street, I'm trying to ignore the fact that it's actually started raining. What a glorious summer we are having. And yeah, Victoria's Secret has gone after 10 years. I think that's a brand issue. It hasn't really worked. I think the quality, etc., kind of lost their way, but that is long gone. It went in February this year, and I did look, and it's going to be converted into 3 different retail units. I think the space is actually just so big. If anyone's been to that store, you'll know it's an absolutely massive one. And across the way, RIP to Phoenix. But yes, Phoenix was a luxurious department store. I guess it's kind of a bit like a posh Bloomingdale's, I guess. I don't know, comment below if I'm right or wrong, but that is being fully converted into offices with a rooftop garden. So yeah, obviously we don't need the shops. I'm guessing they're allowed to park there for 20 minutes. But yeah, another unit that's gone, which is very bizarre. There seems to be like a jewellery and kind of footwear bit along here. Claridge's is a stone's throw down there. You can see the kind of orangey brick, the fancy Claridge's Hotel. And oh gosh, there's another one. Yeah, look, another unit that's gone. I can't remember what was there before, but how many are we at now already? What number are we at now? Is that like the 8th? I should have started counting there. Okay, there are more down here than I realised. Naked Wolf, the footwear brand, that wasn't there for very long. Now, I personally feel like there's still very much a big market for physical retail in all kind of bands of price point, especially in luxury. People want to go into a store, made to feel special, have that kind of elevated customer service. But yeah, I obviously can't film in majority of these shops. But when you do look online, I know, like I said, Google reviews are not always, to be trusted. It is quite shocking how many people are like, don't shop here, they're really rude. I think Hermes is the one that comes up the worst, to be fair. The kind of snooty behaviour. It's very Pretty Woman, isn't it? I don't know, maybe I'm speculating here. You can tell I've been watching lots of conspiracy theories over the last week. Does that have a factor in it? I don't know. Are the rich shopping in the department stores like Harrods and Selfridges, or just online? And they're just clearing out another one as well, retail unit to let. Are we at number 10 yet, maybe? There was one there as well, the scaffolding. Goodness. But even the flags don't have anything on. Are they up for rent as well? Probably. On a positive though, I have to call out Maddox Street. I think it's such a cute little street, and up here on the right, I don't know if that's going to show on camera. Absolutely gorgeous. That is Maddox Tavern. I feel like I've been there at some point. That's not a rave next door, it's my frame rate. Guess what? Another one. Oh yeah, is it Smythson? I think that's how you say it. It's a high-end kind of stationery leather goods company. I think that's probably a fair way to say it. I don't know if they still exist, I think they might, but they did close a significant number of their stores, including at Heathrow, which is a shame. I think they're a really nice brand, but yeah, they've had a tough time. Oh, and this looks like a brand change. What was here before? It says Wemp Jewellery. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's going to be a Moncler store, which probably is what the people want. And then this section here is, yeah, very bougie. You have obviously a lot of cars where their drivers are waiting for them as they shop. Yeah, I always like the shop front here at Celine. I think it's a beautiful one with the curved glass. And as not get run over by this Range Rover, I wanted to show you the beautiful symmetrical building above the two stores. Look at that. But I guess as I say this, it's probably no surprise because, if you shop in a department store, maybe, I don't know, you shop online at Mr. Porter or wherever, the brands change a lot. And I think kind of post-COVID, there's some brands that have really, really thrived. There's reports, there's loads, isn't there? That says, the luxury market is up about 25%. Is that true? I don't know. Because then you look at a brand like Gucci, and I read that their profits are down 40% just in 24, which is not good at all. Oh, look at that, Aquazzura, their shoes are beautiful. That's a lovely shop front. Oh, the bling, the diamante, look at the little heel. It's very cute. Oh, I've dropped pen on my shoe, so I'm gonna look like a bit of a scruff bag walking into any of these stores. Also, this jacket, I think my earrings are a bit Christmassy, by the way, so don't comment on that. I think I shouldn't have worn them today. But I do like this jacket that I got from, come on camera, what's it doing? Massimo Dutti. But I don't love the green, but it's one of, when you've got something where the fabric just feels nice and it's the right thickness. Yeah, we should be in shorts and t-shirts. Am I whinging about the weather? Again, yes I am. But yeah, it gets a little bit nicer down here, doesn't it? I think they are waiting for a sponsor or something for those flags. I'm sure they could have come up with something. And as we cross Bruton Street with Newbond Street, God, that looks like a block of flats or like an old, ugly office block, doesn't it? Some of the architecture post-war is just absolutely disgusting, isn't it? It's my personal preference. And the Burberry store, which took them 400 years to refurb. God knows what happened there. Oh, they haven't even finished it. Oh, for God's sake. I guess they'll probably be, I don't know, maybe apartments or something? Maybe office blocks. But yeah, Burberry definitely upset a lot of people. One of the other downfalls of this bougie street was actually, I'm going to be honest with you, Burberry's collab with TfL, Transport for London. They changed Bond Street Station to be like Burberry Town or something, and people were not happy about it. Tourists were confused. It was one of those like PR brand collabs. Like, it just was so random, and I don't think it helped Burberry at all. I love Burberry. It was like my first job when I finished uni. But yeah, I've said before, they're kind of in their flop era. And as the bus pulls away and I wait to cross the road, honestly, Mayfair is just back-to-back construction these days. In all my years of living in London, I've never seen it like this. Those flipping things are everywhere. Honestly, they are dangerous. Do be careful. Yes, Hermes. Quite tempted to film in there and see how it goes. I think they have a cafe in there actually. Hi, I'm good, how are you? Look at that. How cute is this? It's upstairs. This is the weirdest shop ever. I do like the interior design in here though. It's pretty cool. Definitely one of the most miserable shops I've ever been in. I mean, everyone was kind of polite to me. They asked me if I checked in and I was like, no, because I don't have anything from here, which honestly I don't mind. I don't know, I find some of these stores a bit cringe. Oh, so the cafe place was really cute. They didn't have a menu, they were like, you just ask what you want. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like even if I didn't worry about the price, I'd like to know what was available. Am I wrong? I don't know. Having a cafe without a menu is a bit odd. I actually wanted to see if they had a coffee to go because I need a coffee and I can't keep going to Rouse every time. But anyway, Louis Vuitton, and as you see, there are no spare units down this neck of the woods, so it's a bit more popular down here. But I really like Louis Vuitton. I feel like it doesn't get the love that it should. Yeah, I feel like Pharrell is doing a decent job, let's be honest. And they also have really cool windows. God, those things are everywhere. Look how bright they are. There's always a queue outside of Dior, I swear. Well, usually Chanel as well. I don't know, maybe the price increases are catching up with them, probably not. But yeah, that is the top end of New Bond Street. What a strange street. I don't know. Comments below. Why are there so many units that are empty? Are there not enough brands that can afford to sell here? Are the rents too high? Or clearly not. I don't know. Or for that price, do brands not want to be down? Technically, the NAF end. It is wild. There was at least 10 units that were free, right? And this has been the case. This is not just a kind of the last few months. A lot of those units, or a selection of them, they've been empty for years. But anyway, on the corner of Clifford Street, we have Patek Philippe. Very fancy. I'm not really into watches, if I'm completely honest with you. The lovely little florist. Do you see what I mean? Like every few meters, there's another building being drilled, being renovated. And then we have Allies, this amazing bench, which is always popular. You have Winston Churchill with Roosevelt having a chit chat. But yeah, there's a lot of kind of statues and things in the area. I feel like I only just filmed this, but I think the overlay went on literally the day after I filmed. But you've got the Ralph store and it's all ready for Wimbledon. I know, is Wimbledon finished? Maybe by the time you've seen this? There used to always be a queue outside Cartier. Maybe people are buying online. Let's carry on the Bond Street walk. We're gonna head now onto Old Bond Street. Hopefully I haven't been calling this the wrong street the whole time. But yes, at this point where it's David Morris and Tiffany & Co, it changes over. I'm still grumpy for Tiffany making zero effort on their Christmas lights last year. It was very disappointing. This is a good place for a mooch if you're in the area during Christmas time. It gets a little bit wild. But yes, we're on New Bond Street. No, we're not. We're on Old Bond Street. My gosh, Hannah. Let's see. What shops have we got along here? Oh, I feel like the sun is kind of coming out. I love all the old arcades. There's quite a few off of Piccadilly as well. But look at this gorgeous orange. Absolutely lovely. Very Wedgwood, isn't it? If Wedgwood was this colour. You know what I mean. Love it. I love the kind of metal with black paint. It's not an awning, it's kind of like a little fake balcony, isn't it, up the top there? I don't know what that's called. Do comment below, whatever that is called. But along this top end, heading up to Piccadilly, I love the building so much. It is a shame, they sort the flags out. What are they doing there? Just, everything's just on construction all the time. Was there a Rolex store before? I think there was. Okay, Zara at Prada was lovely. So I'm going to debunk that they're all a bit rude along here. I don't think they are, I don't know. They're a little bit funny. Oh, actually, I didn't tell you. As I went into Hermes, like 2 of the staff like looked at me and they were like, I mean, I guess they seem nice. And then they looked at my bag to see what brand it was. And I was like it was really obvious anyway. What could you do? You know what? Stopping and looking at the shop fronts has actually been really fun. There is actually a unit up for grabs over there. Yeah, there's lots of sculptures all around this area. I think there's a little bit of a art festival going on. Gosh, there's so many vans in the way. Sorry, I've tried to film this. But look at the Dolce & Gabbana store. That's a really lovely building. Let's cross over. Look at all the gold detail. Oh, look, he's very... Oh, look at him with his Louboutins. But yeah, I really like the metal... I don't know, the metal details. I'm losing my words. Maybe I did need to buy an Hermes coffee. But yeah, there we go, another little sculpture. I think there's a little bit of a trail or something. Art, oh, come on camera, art in Mayfair. Gosh, I love the buildings on Piccadilly. It's very noisy. That's the big street that's got Fortnum & Mason on, and it goes up to Piccadilly Circus. But look at that architecture, come on. It's every single road, look. Renovation, renovation, renovation. We're going past Louderay, shown this about 1 million times. Macarons, macarons, and more. Oh, look at those ones. They have gold leaf on them. They are £2.70 each. Ooh. They do have a little cafe space outside as well. Back in the day, you used to have to wear, I believe, a top hat to walk down here, not in Adidas trainers with pen on them. What is going on? There are loads of units up for grabs. They have painted them, I guess, instead of putting like old newspapers up. Very strange. But yeah, something a little bit nice down here, isn't it? They have really good Christmas decorations as well. Again, another unit. Imagine if all derelict shops had this treatment and they had all this beautiful painting. Come on camera, it's not moving. Like, how nice would that be? There's even a little champagne bar on the left there. People are enjoying a glass of bubbles. Oh, see, they've got their flags sorted. New Bond Street needs to sort theirs out. Does anyone remember when this was an Abercrombie? My gosh, what a throwback. Oh, I love the Royal Academy. It always gives me summer vibes. I'm gonna head on there actually in a couple of days' time. I think this is the only place you're gonna find blue telephone boxes as well. Royal Academy of Arts special telephone boxes. It says SOS in them. You see those little lights. And as I pull in, I'm not driving, as I walk in to the top of Savile Row, oh, this zooms a bit pants. It says the Beatles played their last performance on the roof of this building in 1969, 30th of January, I think I'm reading that right. I'm sure a lot of people watching this will be very aware of that. I was gonna say will remember, but I don't wanna but I'm sure some people maybe watched it when it happened, maybe? Blimey, they full on gutted that old Abercrombie building. I know obviously it wasn't Abercrombie, I think it was a bank before or something like that. If you're watching this wondering what is Savile Row, it's a lovely, very fancy street along here, and it's known for their incredible craftsmanship and tailoring for both men and women, but more towards men, if I'm completely honest with you. It's a funny colour, isn't it? Massive, I'd hate to park that thing. But yeah, just for example, you have the showroom up the top there, and then below, I'm sure they won't mind me peeking below, they're actually doing the work and creating the suits. Okay, that was a little bit of a silly vlog, but do you know what? I'm just intrigued. Yeah, why are there so many units for free? Well, not for free, up for grabs, I should say, at a very high price point down on, New Bond Street. It is a bit bizarre, especially that skincare place. It is a bit weird one. Oh my God. I am so sick of this camera. Is it going to follow me? This DJI Osmo Pocket, what's it do briefly? There we go, active track. It's really hard to use. I've used it for a while now and it's still really difficult. But anyway, yeah, it was just a little bit of a fun. I thought that most people were very nice to me when I went into the shops. There was quite a lot that I couldn't film. Yeah, I had a pleasant experience, what can I say? But yeah, I definitely am a department store and online shopper. What do you think? Do you think there are some brands that have kind of had their day? I don't know. Oh, God. I literally want to throw this camera in the bin. But anyway, yeah, are there some brands that you love? Are there the kind of, I feel like the top 10 brands now when you read reports, they're such powerhouses and other ones are struggling, but I don't know. I don't work in the luxury sector, but I find it interesting, yeah, to read into kind of the business side of things. But what is going on New and Old Bond Street? Who knows? Subject lost again. Probably that should be what my channel should be called, Subject Lost, because I tend to go off on a tangent. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you. What was this video? I don't know. Give it a thumbs up. I'd really, really appreciate it. My stats keep telling me that I need you guys to give it a thumbs up. If you do, I would be very, very thankful. But subscribe, make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna try and get to 200. Should we go wild? Should we try and get to 200,000? That would be pretty cool. But anyway, have a wonderful weekday, afternoon, evening, whatever you're up to. And I will see you in a few days' time. And yeah, I think it should be a bit of a heat wave when you're watching this, because this is 2 weeks ago. Hopefully, if you're in the UK, get those shorts out, get the barbecue out. Anyway, bye guys, take care. I will see you in a few days' time. Every new videos, when am I doing them? Tuesday and Friday through all of July. August will be one a week on a Friday. Bye guys.